Papasquatjon, coming at ya. I am doing not music videos today. Well, I did one. So go watch Gold by Two Hollis. It's fantastic, but oh, played a trick on me. We are doing a information download for the channel. That's what this video is. If you haven't been around for these before, info. I have done info dumps 14 times. Let's see here. I did one, 2021 channel recap and info dump, behind the scenes info dump, and then one for 5,000, 10,000. There's Lil B is in here for Age of Information, so 13 videos. Reactions and payments information for the channel. I did a thing, 20,000. Oh, I did 10,000 and then 20,000, 25. 30,000, 35, 40, 45,000. I missed 50,000, and now I'm going to do 55,000. So what these are, and they're all very similar to each other, but if you haven't been around for one of the older ones, you probably wouldn't know to even go back and look. So this is for the 10,000 some people who have joined the channel since I did one of these at 45,000 subscribers. And basically I go through this, which is, let me make this a little bigger for you. That's what she said. This is YouTube Studio. This is what I use, what anybody who has a YouTube channel uses to upload videos, get information about their videos, know if a video is visible. So you can see here this column says visibility, and it has information. This video is partially blocked, which is I can look into that and find out that it's blocked in Russia and places that some people have an issue with. But otherwise, available publicly, public. This is partially blocked again down here at the bottom, which again, it's 1% of my audience, which is, I think it specifically tells us that it's Russia. We have to go in a different way to see that. Partially blocked. It's not gonna tell me. I don't know why. But it tells me when I'm uploading the video. So anyway, visibility, monetization, restrictions. So there's copyright restrictions on this, which include that it can't be monetized. It's not visible in certain areas. But the Autumn by Halo is available publicly. It can be monetized. There are no restrictions. It tells us when it's published, how many people have viewed it, how many people have left comments, how many people have liked it or disliked it, and there you go. This is kind of what I look at a lot, is this content tab. Over here on the far left, you can see information about the channel itself, and normally I do this sort of thing in the second part of the video, all this stuff about YouTube Studio. And I think I will probably stick with that, but that gives you like a general overview. So I go through all the different tabs over on the left hand side here. I go describe everything, and the reason I do this is because I watch a lot of YouTube, or I have watched a lot of YouTube in the past, and I always when I started my own channel, I was like, why doesn't anybody talk about this stuff? This visibility into things is really interesting. And so I said, I think I'll do that. I think I'll just give people a peek into what's going on, and what I see as somebody who creates content for YouTube. But first off, we'll get to the interesting part. We'll talk about me. My name's John. My real name's John. I started doing these videos in the fall of 2020. And I started them because it was during the pandemic, and I was very bored, and I was out of work, and I was drinking daily, heavily. I would drink about a 750 milliliter bottle of vodka or something similar every day. And I would start drinking at 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock. It kind of depended on how bad I was feeling, how sad I was, how lonely I was, how whatever I was, right? Didn't matter. If I felt like breathing, I would have a drink. And I wanted to distract myself. I wanted to have something to do. So I was like, you know what? I had seen on YouTube some people, or YouTube or Instagram or something, people, a young couple, I don't know if they were boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister, cousins, friends, no idea, but a young black couple, a man and a woman, and they were going back and listening to like Led Zeppelin and Queen and like all this fantastic music from the good old days, from when even I was a very young kid and didn't really hear that music when I was a kid. But and they loved it and they thought it was cool. And I was like, you know, it would be kind of fun to have me as at the time like a 50 or 51-year-old guy go back and listen to old hip hop and rap, which hip hop and rap has grown to be the most popular form of music in the world since its inception 50 years ago. And when I was a kid, they didn't really play that music. Even when I was a teenager, they didn't really play that music on the radio there, and certainly not in my small town in Wisconsin. I grew up in Burlington, Wisconsin, which is a small town in the southeastern corner by Racine, Kenosha, or Milwaukee and Chicago, like between places. It is not itself a place. It only exists between places, and kind of a farming community. My family still lives there. I may end up moving back there soon. Um, and it was, yeah, they didn't have like an urban radio station. It just happened to be whatever would break through into the mainstream. And obviously, there was a lot of music then. I shouldn't say that. There was some music then that did break through into the mainstream, and I got to hear some of it. And I was like, oh, this is really fun. It's cool. It's different. Things like Grandmaster Flash on the Wheels of Steel. I know I heard that when I was a kid, and I recognized how absolutely remarkable and cool it was. I was always a big fan of electronic music and, you know, the Moog synthesizer and just anything that was different and new and cool and et cetera, et cetera. And so when I heard something like, you know, somebody mixing songs the way he did in that song, I loved it, and I wanted to hear more, but there was just no place for me to hear it. I worked on my high school radio station, so I then got to hear a little bit more rap and hip hop. It wasn't until I got to college in 87, 88 that I was exposed to even more and more and better music, right? Eric B. and Rockham, NWA, tons of groups that got really, really popular and were excellent, excellent, excellent. And so I wanted to go back and listen to the stuff that I missed and just educate myself a little bit. And so I did that for like the first year or two of this channel. Had a couple hundred subscribers, not very many people, did not get a lot of interaction with people. And then at one point, people started recommending some tracks to me in comments and saying, oh, it'd be cool to have you listen to this or that or the other thing, like whatever it happened to be, right? We could go back and look. And I was like, no, you know, if people want to hear me react to some of this different stuff that I've never heard, like I'm down for that. I don't have like a specific agenda for the channel to like, no, I'm going to stick with doing the music of 1980s because no, it didn't matter to me. And so I started doing the suggestions that people had, and had a really good time doing it. And it had some tracks that people really got excited about. The biggest one for the entire channel is, let's see here, number of views. We will reorganize it. 12 Stout Street. 12 Stout Street has 313,000 views. It is probably the video that brought you here, if a video brought you here. And it's an incredible song. I'm very happy with how my reaction to that worked out, and I did this back July 6th of 2022, so that's more than 2 years ago at this point. And I've only been doing this for 4 years. So this is really where things started to take off for the channel, and I was gaining a lot of subscribers when that video first came out. Now I get about 1,000 new subscribers a month, and that's fine. Could it be higher? Yeah, absolutely. It could be higher. I would love to be able to do this full time. That's not possible on 55,000 subscribers. So that's why I also say, please like, subscribe, and share, because I would like to be able to do this more. But this video went crazy. You can see, so this has 313,000 views. The next most popular video I have done is Birth of Rap BOR from Lil B, and that has 71,000. So 12 Stout Street has, what, 4.5 times as many views as BOR. And then underneath that, 41,000 views for You're the Moon, Different Day, and Hood by Air, and 2024 by Playboy Cardi. So it's 12 Stout Street has reached a lot of people. Comparatively, for me, for my channel, it's reached a lot of people. I know in the grand scheme of things, 313,000 views is really not a lot. Because there's people with literally billions of views, so or videos with billions of views. Anyway, so people started to recommend this music that was very much outside my experience. When I was a kid, teenager, I liked a lot of pop music. I liked a lot of alternative music. College radio music is what it was called at the time. Loved that sort of stuff. Loved electronic music, Thomas Dolby, Howard Jones, just anything like that. I was a huge fan of the Police, Sting, Peter Gabriel, they were huge in the 80s. Paul Simon, like a bunch of people who are classics. Prince, I loved Prince. I've always really loved funk, and his music is so incredible. Prince was the first concert that I went to. I got to see the Purple Rain tour when I was 13, 14 years old. Not sure how we talked my mom into taking me to that. So I think my sisters went too, or one of my sisters. And anyway, started reacting to all this music that people have sent in, and it started to really get more attention from other people in the world. It wasn't just me reacting to 40, 50-year-old music, because that's what I wanted to do. It was me reacting to what people were sending in, to see, like, what does this guy who's in his 50s think of this music that we're making today. And people have enjoyed what I've had to say, which I really get a kick out of. Like, I think it's pretty fun. Had some really interesting conversations here on the channel. We talked about reality as information, talked about neurodiversity, talked about time and perception of time and how it changes over time, and how I'm alcoholic and how that's affected me in my life, how my life has changed over the course of 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and hopefully have illustrated those in ways, like illustrated things about my life in ways that will give people warning of things not to do in life, and other things to do in life. When I do my reactions, I try very much to say what my actual reaction is, like what I'm thinking, what this song brings up in me that I put into words, that I can put into words. And sometimes I can't put it into words. Like sometimes I'll say, oh, this reminds me of a song from the 1980s, like it has the same beat. I can't think of the name of the song. It's kind of annoying, but I do it. And I want my reactions to be as real as possible. I want my reactions to sort of show how music creates a connection with people, and I'm kind of narrating what my connection to a song is, even if the song isn't made for me. I listen to a lot of, like, Chief Keef, Chief Keef's life and my life, very, very different, even though we probably grew up like an hour and a half, 2 hours from each other, because he's down in Chicago, which is very close to my hometown. But we are worlds apart in terms of our experiences. And I can still listen to him and have some kind of connection to what's going on in his music, even if it's I just for me to say like I can't understand how he had to do that, like why he had to do that, why, and and I just want to be honest when I do my reactions. Like sometimes I'll say I don't get this, or this isn't music for me, or this isn't a style of music that I like, or I'm not like a big hard rock fan, a heavy metal fan, um, not a country fan unless it's like super old country, and I like to be upfront about that, but I'm pretty open to almost any type of music. And when I react to music, my goal is not to crap on somebody else's creative output. That that serves no purpose. That's just being an asshole. And I know that's popular on the internet is to crap on what other people do and say negative things because it's cool to rip on people. And I'm past that stage in my life. Like, I don't need to do that anymore. I'm more interested in encouraging people to make art and do things that are interesting to them and to make their in order to make their life more interesting to them and better for them. I would love it if everybody would experiment and take whatever they want to create and put it out into the world. Um, and sometimes it's going to suck. Sometimes people are not going to like it, but it's still something that's worthwhile to do. And I love to see that, and I love to react to new music. I love to react to new artists. That's why I spend at least one video, usually 2 videos a day now, on new artists who send me stuff, who just want to get their name out there more or get some feedback on what they create. I try to be constructive. I try to be as constructive as possible. As someone who uh, I'm not a trained musician. I played drums in high school. That was 40 years ago. Um, I played drums in high school. I was an English major in college, English creative writing. So I don't have a grounding in music other than I have been a fan of music from the time I was 8, 9, 10 years old. Like, I think I was 10 when I received my first album, an actual physical album, vinyl record from my parents for Christmas, and I think it was the Beach Boys' Greatest Hits, which is a fantastic album. I love the Beach Boys. I've mentioned them on the channel a number of times. They have had a huge influence on music, and if you've never listened to the Beach Boys, go listen to the Beach Boys. It's remarkable, the types of music they've created. But anyway, so the Beach Boys was like my first album. My sisters also got music, so albums for Christmas. So I had like Barry Manilow that we had in rotation, Kenny Loggins, um, Billy Joel's Glass Houses was one of the ones we had. Queen I eventually got. The Cars I eventually got, which actually that year I wanted Gary Newman's album that had the song In Cars. I think it's called In Cars. And instead my parents didn't know what I was talking about and got me an album from The Cars. It's the one with the girl on the front with the steering wheel. I don't remember what the name of the album is. But anyway, so I've been a fan of music from the time I was 10. Like I said before, I was on my high school radio station, WBSD in Burlington, Wisconsin. Let's see if we can find that. WBSD. Burlington. Yeah. Here you go. Great rock, real variety. 89.1 WBSD. And you can listen online. But this is... Oh, God, what a terrible website. But it's run by students. It has a faculty advisor, Thomas Gilding, who actually is somebody that I know. And there's a number of people who have been a part of this radio station who have gone on to have careers in radio, which is very cool. There's not a lot of schools that have something like this. It was a lot of fun to do. Like, so cool to do. And I had a radio program that I would do every week, um, fill in for people. And it was just a lot of fun. It was awesome, really really fun. Oh, Kevin Fay, I know him too. Um, so anyway, this was a very cool part of my high school experience. I was in band. I went to college in Madison, Wisconsin. Like I said, I majored in English and creative writing. Was there from 1987. Went to school there until from 1987 to 1992, and then I lived in Madison until 2001. In 2001, I got a job at a company called WizKids, who makes little plastic miniatures, and I was a game designer there for a number of years. And now they make the official D&D miniatures. They do a lot of different stuff. But I worked on HeroClix, which was their superhero game. Marvel, DC, Image Comics. We did Hellboy at one point. I don't know why this isn't loading up their store, if it's my connection or what. But they've got this. They've got the Dungeons and Dragons license to do all sorts of stuff. Star Trek. All sorts of different things. So they do a lot of different videos or different games and miniatures. I haven't been involved with them in years and years, but love their products. Really, really great. So anyway, I worked for them for a number of years. Met my first wife when I lived out here. We got married in 2009. Um, got divorced in 2016. That's when I became an alcoholic from the stress of it. And because I didn't know that you could be 47 years old and become alcoholic. I thought if you were alcoholic, you'd like discover that way earlier, like when you had your first drink when you were a teenager or in your 20s. And no, that's not what it takes. What it takes is for you to be incredibly stressed out and then to have a drink. And then your reward system for your body is completely messed up. And then you become an alcoholic. And that's what happened with me. Um, we'll go back in time again because I got sidetracked. So I've always been a big fan of music, and when I was in high school, I listened to a lot of alternative music, a lot of pop music. Moving forward in time, I became a huge fan of electronic music, Fatboy Slim, Chemical Brothers, Propeller Heads, all sorts of electronic music. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. And still love stuff like Skrillex and Marshmello. Man, Marshmello had a meteoric rise and now he's disappeared, but it's okay. I loved his music. Um, so tons of different music. Side treks into old country music. Um, I like a lot of singer-songwriter style music. Um, so kind of anything. Really started getting into hip hop, like actively into hip hop, probably with um, Eminem. When the Marshall Mathers disc came out, I was so impressed with his writing and lyricism and his style. I love the chopper style. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of fast rapping, and I just loved his stuff. This sense of humor behind it, sort of the theatricality of it, the even if it was in some cases very very mean spirited, I understood what he was doing was getting that stuff out of his head and hopefully exercising it from his brain, right? Like just to get rid of it. Do something with all the anger and pain and hatred that he had and get rid of it. Work through it that way. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I started to get more and more into hip hop and rap. Outkast, um, trying to think. I was still mainly into like electronic music at the time, but I paid a lot more attention to hip hop and rap. Gorillaz, I'm a huge fan of, um, and I mean, really, that's kind of it. And I got married in 2009, like I said, divorced in 2016. Uh, didn't pay a huge amount of attention to music in that time. My wife and I didn't have kids, so we weren't distracted by that. I kind of have been blessed my whole life to never really have to grow up. I've been able to indulge in my interests for 40, 50 years. And my exposure to music was pretty broad and relatively deep. Um, when I got divorced, I became alcoholic, like I said, ruined a great job, ruined a number of friendships, ruined my life, all in like 4 years. Really, really messed things up. Totally take responsibility for pretty much all of that. I don't take responsibility for becoming alcoholic. That was not a one person thing. That was definitely my wife ruining my life and causing me the stress that, unbeknownst to me, when I took my first drink after that, I was doomed. Um, I haven't, in the last however many years, been able to have a good job because um, everybody seems to want to hire contract workers, and contract work dries up after a year or 2 years or 3 years. And I really like to have a job. I like to work. I like to do what I'm good at. Um, and it's been very frustrating to not be able to do that and to not find something permanent. I talk about that a lot in my videos too, in my reactions. It's endlessly frustrating to me. I've been out of work since the very beginning of this year. I had a job at a place for 2 months, and then they let me go for reasons that they had never talked to me about beforehand, and then said, oh, these things were so egregious, we're just going to let you go. So they couldn't have been egregious if you never talked to me about them. It drives me absolutely crazy to talk about this, and I haven't talked about it much on the channel. But I was there for 2 months, and then they said, we're going to let you go because we don't think this is the right fit. And we could have actually talked to you about it, but we decided that we're just going to hire somebody new. It's ridiculous. It drives me crazy. Anyway, so I've been out of work for quite a while, and I've had to live off of money in my 401k, which is a terrible thing to do. 2 years ago, I met the woman who is now my wife, and she has a daughter, my stepdaughter, who's awesome. She just turned 12, and my wife and I also got pregnant last year. She got pregnant. I helped, and we now have a 10-and-a-half-month-old daughter who is like the sweetest little baby ever. I don't know how we got so lucky. She's a super cute little kid. And baby. I shouldn't say kid. She's not a kid yet. She's a little baby. And that's another thing I talk about, is how frustrating it is to not be able to provide for my family. We live in an apartment. I work at what I'll call a big box store, a club membership store. I make just about enough money to pay 2/3 of my rent at that job. No other expenses get covered, and everything else I get either from this channel, which I'll go over like how much money I get from this channel. I either get money from this channel, or I get some benefits. And my wife is a Russian refugee, as is her daughter. So they also received past tense benefits in the past. Not any longer, because now she's married to me, and I should be able to take care of them, which I can't. I continue to look for work. I'm very frustrated by it. It's because if anybody who's filled out an application online for work in the last however many years knows how annoying it is. Because you have to have a resume, you send in the resume, then you have to fill out everything on their website anyway, and then nobody calls you back because I don't think companies are actually hiring. Um, it's maddening. I have 40 years of experience and nobody cares. I don't know how that happens. And I'm good at what I do, but whatever. Let's see. Like I said, I am remarried now to a lovely woman who moved here from Russia a couple of years ago. Um, and we have a little daughter and or my stepdaughter, her actual daughter. Um, we live in the Seattle area, kind of about an hour away from Seattle, but definitely still in the Seattle area. We go up to Bellevue a lot. We go into Seattle relatively frequently. Um, we are thinking about moving back to Wisconsin, where my family is. She has a little bit of family here, but my family is much more established back in Wisconsin. And yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I normally try to cover here. Oh, this Papa Squat thing. That I did the first video that I made. I was hitting record on the video and was like, oh, I should have some kind of intro thing, and that was the first thing that I did, and I've done it in every video. And then I do the checking out as well at the end. I don't normally talk like that. You might be surprised to hear. I don't normally button my shirt up to the very top button, but I do for all of my videos. I have one or two videos that I think I've done where I don't have a button-up shirt. I have like a t-shirt on because I couldn't be bothered. I think that was when I was still drinking. And it's also interesting if you go back and look at some of my older videos, like you can see I'm like waxy and pasty and sweaty and gross and dirty hair, and like I was not taking care of myself, but I was trying to get to the point where I wanted to take care of myself. When I stopped drinking, I checked myself into rehab. Did it on my own. It's not like I had been pulled over for drunk driving or anything like that. I just said I cannot do this anymore. I was waking up every day and retching for no reason. I could just wake up and start kind of coughing, and then I would start throwing up, like dry heaving. It was wonderful. It's a good existence to be an alcoholic. I'm haven't been drinking now for 2+ years, 3 years. I don't keep track of it. The date doesn't matter to me. How long it's been doesn't really matter to me. What matters is right now, and right now I'm not drinking. So that's what's significant. That's what works for me, is to just think, am I drinking? Nope, I'm not drinking. That's good. I could make any situation worse by drinking. Do I want to drink? Yeah, absolutely. It would be nice to have a drink. It would be nice to be able to have a break from the stresses in my head, the thoughts in my head, etc., etc., etc. But I know it will only make things worse. You don't improve a bad situation by making a bigger mistake. And that's how I think of drinking for me. Which is too bad, because I did enjoy a drink now and then, especially before I was alcoholic. It was, and it's weird too, because before I became alcoholic, I had gone years in some cases without having a drink, and I just didn't care. But now I'm like, oh man, it would be nice to have a drink. Yeah, well, that ship has sailed. Anything else? I want to, I think, move on to the YouTube studio here, and in order to do that, if you guys have any questions, like stuff that I can answer next time when I do these videos, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. Just like, hey, how tall are you? What do you weigh? Like, what would you like to know about me? I would like to update this information on these Infodump videos um, with whatever you guys would be interested in hearing. And I know sometimes it's not so exciting to hear about your content creators. But let's move on to YouTube Studio. And I want to do this kind of quickly because I need to get to bed, and I don't need to go super in depth on any of this. I'm going to make this larger so you won't see my ugly mug in the middle of the screen. But this is YouTube Studio. This is what everybody who has a YouTube channel uploads their videos using. To walk through that, it's literally, you go into, so there's these tabs over here on the far left-hand side. I hope it's on the left-hand side of your video. On the far side of your video, over here, you can probably see my finger down here. This side of the video, there's a dashboard, which is what this is showing here on the main part of your screen. Then the next tab is content, analytics, comments, subtitles, copyright, earn, customization, creator music, settings, and feedback. Some of these I never look at. I've never gone into creator music. I've never gone into customization. Maybe I have. I don't remember. Earn, I don't think I have. Let's take a look at it. So this is, yes, so I make money off of people watching ads on my channel, sending me money as supers, or during live streams. Like, all this stuff earns me money. And I've only been monetizing this since not this last June, but the June before. So a year and a half, thereabouts. Copyright information, subtitles, okay. Anyway, we'll start at the dashboard. This is just sort of the page that YouTube thinks, hey, if you're streaming stuff or putting up videos, here is some information that you would probably find interesting about your channel and that we want to send to you. So this tells us my latest video, how it's performing, how many views it has, how it ranks in the top 10, and currently it's gold by 2 Hollis, which I just published an hour ago. And it is the #1 ranked video out of the top 10 most recent videos. It has 95 views and it is increasing. There'll be more information about this after it's been live longer. Other published videos that are most recent, it tells me my latest post, which was that I hit 55,000 subscribers on October 3rd. Number of likes, 142, I didn't know that. And some comments. It has important notifications about the videos that I've posted, so this video is blocked in some territories, and there's a whole bunch of videos that it basically tells me the same sort of thing, but I know this also from when I upload the video, so I mostly ignore this little section here. Down in the middle of the page here, it shows you channel analytics. The current number of subscribers, 55,057. That's 1,156 new subscribers in the last 28 days. I'd like to see that number up a little bit higher. We were actually under 1,000 recently. So I must be posting videos that are a little more interesting lately, so that's good. Summary of the last 28 days, 134,000, 135,000 views, 8,500 hours of watch time in the last 28 days. And I'd love to figure this out too. So 8,500 hours of watch time. I always like to figure out like how many days that is. Sure, 8,500 hours divided by 24. So that's, hey, that's 300, I can hold it down here maybe. 354 days, so almost a full year's worth of time that people have spent watching my videos in the last 28 days. That's kind of cool. Estimated revenue for the last 28 days, $216.90. Again, we'll get into like how much money I make on a monthly basis here, because like I said, I like to be transparent about it, because it's not changing my life. It does definitely make an impact. I am not at the life-changing money point of this video channel. Would I like to get there? Oh my God, yes, I would love to get there. I would love to do this more. I would love to be able to do this more. Recent subscribers, latest comments, ideas for you. This is stuff that YouTube has, like, hey, you could earn more money, you could do this, you could do that. I tend to run this channel very casually, which may be why I have 55,000 subscribers, and there are channels that do very similar to me, um, like do reactions very similar to me, who have 350, 500,000 subscribers. Um, but I just don't have time to do this full time. I don't have the resources to do it. So my videos are very straightforward. I don't really edit them. I don't create, you know, images to go on screen. It's just me. It's whatever they put up there. I like to run it very bare bones, and that's just how I want to do it. So anyway, so this is the first page, and it's mostly not interesting except for the number of subscribers and like how the most recent video is doing. That's what I look at. If we go to, I'm going to make this big again. If we go to the next page, maybe I can even take this a little bigger. If we go to the next page, or the next tab, this is content. So this is, we looked at this earlier. It shows me all the content that I've created, all the videos I've uploaded. It has a little summary of each one. And you can see here, Two Hollis has now 88 views with 9 comments and 100% likes from 8 different people who have given me thumbs up. You can see if I had posted any shorts, they would show up here. My live streams are all here. I've done 23 of them. Yes, that is correct, 23 of them. I will probably do one tomorrow night. And I usually start those, do them on a Friday night or Saturday night, depending on when I work, and go for a couple of hours, 2.5 hours. Most of the recent ones have been about 2.5 hours. You can watch those, go check them out. Some of these have really pretty good number of views, which is awesome. I post some things every now and again. I make playlists. That's what some of these posts are. Here's all of my playlists. I have a list of my favorite videos that I've done on the channel. That's this playlist. If you want to see like the sorts of music that I have listened to that I have really liked, this is the place to go. Requested reactions, these are the videos that people have sent me, music that they have made, and I try to put all of their videos into this requested reactions section. I'm surprised there's only 836 of them in there, because I feel like there should be more. Full albums, EPs, that sort of thing go into this playlist. There's some awesome stuff there. And then I do these, what I'm listening to every month. At the end of the month, I put a playlist together of 12 songs that have come up recently on my phone. They are a lot of fun, and it's the actual music. It's not me talking about the songs. It's the actual songs themselves. So if you're looking for something to listen to, those are really fun. Let's see, channel info. I've done 16, now 17 of these videos. I have a couple more things to look at. I did one TV reaction. I didn't think it was very good, but you can find that. Music and production, there are some interesting videos there you could check out. Influences, these are songs that I really liked growing up. These are songs that I listened to that really speak to me, and I love. Some good music there. Hip hop history, there's a couple of videos about that. Culture and commentary. I haven't done any of those in a long time, but anyway, if you're looking for some different things to check out, I have playlists. I haven't done any podcasts, I haven't done any promotions, so you won't see anything like that. If we go down to analytics, I should also do this. If we click on one of these videos, it will take you to the page that I can edit all of this information. This is the description. I copy this from for every video and paste it in there. It has my Patreon information, my PayPal information, my CashApp information. I have stickers that you can order here from the channel because we hit 50,000 subscribers. I'll shrink this down again so I can do this. So I have little stickers you can order for $4 a piece, and I will get them sent out. I think I've sent out all the ones. Well, I know I've sent out all the ones that people have asked for already, and I still have some left. So if you're looking for a sticker to commemorate or celebrate the fact that you follow Papa Squat on YouTube, there you go. That's what you can do. Let's see. They'll look nice on those Stanley bottles that you all have. If you make music yourself and want to send me something, here's my contact info, papasquatjon@gmail.com. Yeah, there you go. I will do a fake upload of a video here so you can see what this is like. So when I upload a video, I go into one of the previous videos, I copy this, then I go up to this upper corner here. Oh, let's make this big again. I go to the upper corner of this and hit create and go to upload videos, and then I can upload a video. So if we go to here, this folder contains all the videos that I've recorded, and they just pop in here. I'm just going to take this gold by 2 Hollis, which Pop Squad, don't do that. I'm going to put this in here. It will upload, and it says it uploads immediately, right? But it's not actually uploaded. It just pulls in the name, and then it's slowly in the background bringing the video into YouTube. And during that time, I can edit this. So I paste this in here. I make this read the way I want it to, so gold by 2 Hollis. I add some hashtags at the end here, like reaction and first time hearing, so if people want to click on a hashtag, they can get these sorts of videos. I go down here. Eventually this will upload some images from the video itself, and I will choose one of those to be the thumbnail. I can add it to one of my playlists, so if I really like this song, I'd add it to my favorites. Show more. I have all my videos set not made for kids. Show more. I click no here because it's about altered content. Do you make fun of real people, or they have them do things? It's like if you're using AI to like do a deep fake, they want to know about it. And then here, add tags. So if this were, well, with this 2 Hollis song, I'd have EDM, electronic, dance, rage. If he had an album out already, so you can see the image popped up here, so it's processed enough to have a little bit of an image, and then I can go choose which one to use. And but with these tags, I can add really pretty much anything. I tend to put in a bunch of different tags. The year it came out, that it came out in the 2020s, that it's a reaction video. Like I said, if it had a name of an album, I would include that there. I just try to include anything that somebody might be searching for, and it would help to have this video show up, right? And then I set the language to English. I can automate a bunch of this, and I have done that. Like you see, some things are clicked already. I just haven't updated it to do everything that I should. So this is still generating images, so it's not here yet. But this is the basics. This is what it looks like to upload a video. That's, if you're uploading a single video, it doesn't take very long. I tend to do 3, 4, 5, 6 videos at one time, and that slows things down a little bit. It makes the system chug a little bit, and which is usually why I'm up until about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning doing these videos. And it is currently 7 minutes after 1 a.m. as I'm doing this video. So I have already uploaded this 2 Hollis video, so I'm going to just delete this as soon as it's up here. In fact, I could probably do it right now. More actions, yeah, delete. So I'm just going to delete that video because I don't need it. I've already uploaded the video. That's what I do. That's what everybody who uploads a video on YouTube does to upload a video. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do, and there you go. I'm going to skip analytics for now, but I'll come back to it. Comments. These are comments that people make. It just comes in as a solid line of comments. So from the most recent comment, which was 5 minutes ago from one of the fans of the channel, Bergamot, who I've talked to in chat a number of times. But yeah, from 5 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago, 18 minutes ago, 19 minutes ago, and it just goes down down, down, down. When I read a comment, um, if it's not something I really disagree with, I would give it a thumbs up because I want people to know that I'm actually paying attention. I read every single comment that comes in. Sometimes I get comments that have been held for review. I don't get them very often, so you can see there's nothing here. And I don't really delete comments. If it's really offensive, if it's spam, then I will delete it. I just don't need that sort of bullshit on my channel. Let's see here. Subtitles I don't do. Copyright I don't know if I've ever really looked at that. Yeah, there you go. I'm not too concerned about that. Earn, this allows me to make money off of ads. I talked about that. Customization, I don't think I've ever done anything with. Creator music, I don't do anything with. Settings, feedback. So let's look at analytics. We'll do this quickly. There's a few tabs here. The overview, which is what we're looking at. Content itself. Audience information, content information, audience information, revenue, and inspiration. I don't know what inspiration means. I can set the date over here, like last 7 days, 28 days, 90 days, 365 days, lifetime, 2024, 2023, October, September, August. So all sorts of things you can set, like the time period to measure certain pieces of information. What this is telling me in the overview is my channel has had 134,900 views, which is about the same as usual. I've had 8,500 hours of watch time, which is about the same as usual in the last 28 days. 1.2 thousand new subscribers in the last 28 days, and revenue of about $217 in the last 28 days. In the last 48 hours, I've had 11,430 views. Here, this gives me subscriber count, 55,059. So since I've been talking, we've gained 2 subscribers. This gives me the top content in this time in the last 28 days. So Apollon from Ghost Mountain has had 8,241 views. Tells me how much time people spend watching it, which is 4 minutes and 32 seconds, and kind of goes through and does that for all the most recent popular stuff. So there's a lot of information here. How useful it is varies depending on what you want to try and do. The content, this is just about the videos, live streams, posts themselves, playlists. Oh, I don't think I've ever looked at the playlists. What? Oh, full albums has 10,000 views. That's kind of amazing. So, like how successful my playlists are, how much they're viewed. Live videos, lots of information, or live streams, lots of information here. Anyway, so there's a lot of different stuff that I don't even, I should probably dive into this content stuff and look at it. Audience, this also I don't really look at very much. The purple line is returning viewers, the blue line is new viewers, and yeah, there you go. Other channels that people who watch my channel subscribe to: Ghost Mountain Cemetery, Sad PRT2, I don't know what that is, Xavier So Based, King Mill, the 8 God, so a lot of different people. Inspiration, I don't know what that is. Oh, like other videos to watch that I might be interested in. And then there's revenue. So as you can see right here, $216.90 is what I've made in the last 28 days on the channel. I'm not getting rich off of this, but it absolutely helps pay my bills because I don't make enough money to live with my family of 4. So if you can help me in any way by sending me music to listen to, by joining my Patreon, by buying a sticker, by anything, I would appreciate. Show up to a live stream. I'm going to do one tomorrow night, and pay to have some music reacted to. That is also excellent. These big bumps here, those are live streams, and you can see some live streams I make pretty good money: $38, $24, $8, $46, and sometimes I don't make very good money. I don't know how to make that be different. I just do what I do. If people enjoy it, they send me money to listen to songs. Um, Watch page ads. This tells me how much money I'm getting from ads that show up when you watch a video. Supers are people send money in, for instance, during a live stream. I think that's considered a super. And the affiliate program, I don't make anything off of that. I don't know what that is. Um, yeah, so that's basically it. That's what all this stuff does. I do have a Patreon. If you're curious about that, I can show us that. I am currently getting $287 a month on Patreon. I have 267 people who are members of the channel. Only 113 of them are paying to be members, so they pay me $2 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, something like that. This number used to be $400, and that was only a couple months ago, so I'm a little disappointed to see this number down at 287, but I really do blame myself for that because I don't give as much attention here as I probably should. But again, I don't have time to do it, and really what I would like is for people to sign up for $2 a month and just let it go, and if they want to come in and recommend a song for me, then I will react to a song, and there you go. I do have a long list of songs from people that why is this still open? I do have a long list. Okay, forget this. Of songs that I have collected from people who have sent them in from CashApp, PayPal, Patreon, and from the artists who send me their own music. I don't want to show that thing right now. Let's see if I can hide some things. I don't want to show anybody's name or how much money they've sent, but I can show. Let's hide these columns. So these are paid reactions that people have sent in. I have another page for Patreon, or for patrons, so from Patreon. I have another page for original tracks coming from artists themselves. I have a page for albums that people have sent me or who have paid for. I have a list of stuff that is unpaid but looked interesting, so I made a note of it to maybe do someday. And you can see, here's line 1 way up in the upper corner here, and I am working on tracks that are from May of this year. I think is some of the most recent stuff. May, June. I skip around a little bit. If people send me more money, I try to do their stuff sooner. There's a lot of stuff. I have everything collected up through September 17th, so I still need to go back and collect the whatever has come in since the middle of September. But yeah, this is and that was what I was going to look at. So this is at line 971. This is just for paid reactions. I have another page, another tab that's full of stuff from patrons. Let's see what this says. That has, I know this is fascinating, 620 lines. And then original tracks from people who have sent me music to listen to, 768 lines. So I have a lot of stuff that people have sent me because those all add together. They are not. So that's what, 900, 700, and 600. So 2,200 lines of music videos and songs that people have sent me to react to, that I still have something to do on all of those. It's a lot, and I am months behind on it, and I am constantly trying to keep up with it, which obviously I will fail at because people send me more than one video a day, and that makes me fall behind. So I have plenty to do. I told my wife if I ever decide to stop doing this, it will take me about a year to stop because people have paid for things and I am going to give them what they wanted. Um, I'm going to wrap this up, I think. I should also say when I filmed this, what I use is this program right here, which is OBS. You can see my picture goes back infinitely. It's pretty straightforward. I used to have a nice light that I had back here, but it burnt out and I don't have the $30 to replace it. At least I don't think that's a wise expenditure of money right now with how things are. I have this microphone that I use to record with. It is a Tonor, T-O-N-O-R. It's a decent little mic. I don't mind it. It's certainly better than what I used to have, which was just a little mic on my camera, which I can't show you. My camera is a LifeCam 3000, something like that. I don't know. It's a goofy little name, but it works well enough. I record this in the spare bedroom, which may not be spare for very long because we now have a little girl who might need to be using this bedroom at some point once she gets a little older. Why is this so big? Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. I won't do that. But yeah, I love doing this. I love reacting to music. I love being best friends with the internet. That's kind of how I refer to this. Because when your best friend recommends music to you, you have a much greater chance of liking that song, right? And that's kind of how I view what this is. People send me music. I want to like it. I like music. I enjoy music. I enjoy music probably as much or nearly as much as I enjoy playing games and writing. I mentioned before I was writing, creative writing, and English major, and I was a game designer, and I have designed a number of games. I've developed a bunch of games. I play a lot of games. I play D&D weekly, try to play it weekly. I run D&D frequently. Used to be run weekly, but now I have this job and a kid and a wife and another kid, and stuff takes time. I'm a big geek. I have all sorts of action figures surrounding me, or little toy figures. This is from My Hero Academia. I've got 4 of these sitting here. I've got some Lego figures. I've got dice, D20s. I've got what else do I have here? I've got D&D books. I'm a big geek. Magic cards. Got a bunch of magic cards here. I just bought some yesterday. So yeah, I like to do what I enjoy doing, and I would like to do more of it. So if you want to follow this channel, if you want to feel like if you want to enjoy your life, hopefully I will encourage you to do more of that, because that's really why I'm here, is I want to find the things that I enjoy and do more of them. I don't see that there is any other point to living life. The things I enjoy are my family, my games, my writing, my reading, and music. And I want to do all that stuff. And I want to encourage you to find the things that you like to do and do those things. So please come back. Please watch my videos. If you can, subscribe to my Patreon. $2 a month is kind of as little as I thought I could make it. Patreon actually recommended making it $3 a month, and I was like, no, I think $2 a month. I think people can spare $2 if they really like my channel and they want to support me. If I got enough people doing that, I would 100% do this full time. I would explore how to get these videos posted on TikTok and Instagram and try and do even more. But As it is, I have to go pack groceries at a big box store until this turns into something, and it may never turn into something. Um, but it's something I enjoy doing, which is why I stay up until 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning every single day doing it. That's it for now. I gotta get going. Thank you for watching this. I hope you found this useful slash interesting, and I hope you stick around. I hope you watch videos. Check out some of the stuff I do from the artists that you don't know, especially like the first couple of videos I post in a day. Those are always from new artists, and I am frequently blown away by their music. It's so much fun to hear stuff from people who are new, who are up and coming, who are could be the next big thing, and it's fun to get there first. So have yourself a good day. Papa Squad checking out. That's all. Bye bye. Have a good day. Thanks again.